All right, guys. So I've always wanted to share this, and I've mentioned to you guys over time in this channel about the dream week concept. So I decided to do this video just to give you like a practical concept of what I'm talking about here. Now, this particular strategy is primarily for people who find out that when they start their week, they are usually very confused. You get like, they find themselves spending so much time on social media. You're a very serious person, but you're easily distracted. Before you put your thoughts together and go back to, also, what am I supposed to do? The week is already gone. And then you find out that even if you have a lot of energy, you have time, you have everything you need, you're not really doing what you need to do for you to actually make significant progress. So this concept is what I call the dream week concept. It's a very simple concept. Now, what makes up the dream week concept? It is the idea that every week can be the week I dream or I genuinely want it to be. That's just a simple concept. So it's more like a tax plan, but the unique thing about the dream week concept is how you form it. So usually when somebody wants to create a tax plan, they're like, oh, what are 5 things I can do today? What are 10 things I can do today? But I realize that one, that limits you, that primarily puts you in a situation where you're like, okay, can I do this? The truth is this, you can do so much more than you even imagine or think. So you need to build your life in a way that it's not just about you always trying to constrain yourself, it's about you always trying to challenge yourself. And so, in saying that, the very first concept of Dream Week is for you to write. It's to write exactly what you would just wish. My emphasis is already like wish. What do you wish you could see get done this week? It's a wish. Don't think about it like you're trying to do it. You get just ask yourself like, "Check, if this week were to be like a perfect week, what exactly would I do? Like, how would I be able to come up with something really like what would I do this week that would make it look very fulfilling?" And then this is where the work starts. You have to try to imagine these things as you're listing them. Imagine that, oh, you listed, I'm going to be able to apply for 7 jobs. Imagine you're on LinkedIn, you're applying for the first one, you're the second one, the third one. Try to use your imagination to come up with your list and then follow your happiness. So the most important thing about knowing that you're following this concept, it's the excitement you feel. And I'm going to tell you why this is very important in a very few minutes. So you try to imagine this thing happening while you're writing it down and try to feel that excitement as though it's already happening. Now, psychologically, to those of you that don't know, the brain doesn't know the difference between when you actually do something and when you're imagining you're doing it. Your brain is that smart that it literally, I don't want to say it's that dumb, honestly, that it literally, it's the same signal it sends. And I'm sorry to use this in concept, but that is the reason why there is a vice like masturbation, or that's why addictions are real. They are real because the brain doesn't know the difference between the main thing and what you're simulating. And so this excitement you feel, you genuinely have to feel it, and then you have to try not to give into the fears and concern. Most of us are very pessimistic. Like right now, as I'm talking about, you're already asking yourself, is this going to work? Is this going to work? Is this going to work? That's a major problem. So you have to try not to give into these fears and this concern. Don't give it to these fears and don't give it to the concern. Just follow and imagine. So this is an example of a dream week. So for me right now, I picked these 3 items for my dream week. I'm like, okay, then this week I have to work on my company's offers and funnels. This is one thing I want to work on this week. I've been working on Septra Scale to Scale rebranding for some time, but getting a hold of the full rebranding work scheme has been very difficult for me. So I want to be able to work on this week. I literally am imagining that this week I've done this, and then the first set of videos that were supposed to drop on these channels, I want to batch produce them at once, so that the rest of the month, or the rest of this, more or less next month, I have all the videos I need to post. So you see that this is like, I was thinking about what would I really love to do this week, and then I came up with this. Now, just the reason why it's important. Whenever you follow this dream concept. I followed it literally for about I think about 4 to 6 months. I've used this dream concept, and I've not used it for like 2 months, so I know the difference. This thing here has a way of building, this particular stuff here has a way of building more drive. This has a way of building more drive. You feel more driven and a whole lot of momentum when you use the dream week concept. Like, one way or the other, psychologically, I find out that I feel more driven towards the whole week. The second thing is, I feel most times things that usually would seem unachievable, if I put them within the frame or develop them within this whole dream week concept, they're usually very achievable. One way or the other, I don't know how, but they seem or they look very achievable. Number three is, I find a whole sense of purpose. I am scrolling less through social media. I'm struggling less with being distracted. Like, I am more focused on weeks where I am able to stipulate at the beginning of the week what I genuinely want to achieve using the concept of the during week concept. So if you're somebody and you're trying to become more productive and you feel like try this thing, try it for 4 weeks, for just try it for a month, and then give me feedback. Of course, you can send the feedback to me at official chigo at gmail.com. All right, just send the feedback to me at officialchigonko@gmail.com. Let me hear from you and know how this works for you. Right? Okay, that's all for now, guys. Cheers, and see you soon.